How can you prevent getting overwhelmed in a game with as much complexity and as many ways to play as Factorio? It's a very common question, and in order to play well, you don't just need to know mechanics, but you need to know how to think well about playing. To begin with, I recommend thinking small. Don't obsess about everything that needs to happen in the factory for you to win the game, or even accomplish some really big aspect of that. I've encountered so many players who will drive themselves batty in this way because they're just trying to think about everything at once. They'll look at their factory and say, my smelting's got problems, and where are my copper wires, and my gear wheels aren't going to the right place, and nuclear power plant will function, the enemies are attacking me again, I need more circuits, I need a sedative, and a nap, and another sedative. If you take a more sober-minded, methodical approach and deal with problems as they come up, you can stay a lot more sane. Security should almost always be your top priority. If enemies are destroying your factory, it's not going to function for very long. There's also a preemptive attacking element to security. Eliminating enemy bases triggered by pollution prevents future attacks, and sometimes they just need to be cleared out of a planned expansion area. If the factory is secure, next up is your power supply. Left-click on any power pole connected to your main factory to bring up the electric network display. Maintaining a sizable surplus in your power supply is essential to making sure the factory runs smoothly, and if you expand more when you're short on power, it's just going to make everything run slower. A factory that's secure and fully powered also needs to be stable. By stability, I mean everything functioning as you, the engineer, intended. If you're new to the game, you won't understand what's going on in this factory, and that's fine, you're not intended to. The point is simply that this isn't stable, these machines are not working as intended. A quick survey of the factory in remote view will reveal problems like this. Another thing to check is the production view by pressing P. I'm a big proponent of the 10-hour rule, meaning that if you don't have enough raw resources in the patches that you're mining to last the production of your factory another 10 hours, then you need to get more of those before you do something else. If you find a problem somewhere, then the factory evaluates as unstable. We're going to fix that before we expand operations. Scrolling around in remote view can help you pinpoint the source of a problem if you're not sure where things are breaking down. A factory that's secure, powered, and stable can often still be improved. Always be on the lookout for logistical tweaks you can make. Say you weren't aware of the idea that mining drills could fuel each other, and so you just have them dumping into these chests. Every so often you just come by, grab the coal out of the chest, put it in the coal drills so they don't run out, and then maybe you see somebody else doing it differently, or you come up with an idea to do it better. Rather than just continuing what you're already working on, it's a good idea to make these kinds of small logistical tweaks when you notice them. Small adjustments, especially if made consistently, can really add up to making your factory run much smoother over time. If everything else is going well, expanding the factory is always an option. What to expand is a complex question that's really going to vary a lot on the situation. I suggest starting with items you already can make and using the same priorities we've talked about. Can we craft anything that improves security? Depending on your play style, that might be military items to kill the enemy more efficiently, or reducing pollution so we don't get attacked as much. Perhaps a new method of generating power or an upgrade to an existing one has been invented, but we're not building that and putting it in place. We could work on that. Perhaps an item you haven't tried out yet, or something you just want to produce more of. An upgraded version of a machine you're already using that's going to make the factory more efficient. If no existing items really seem pressing, turn your attention to research. If there are more projects worth researching at the tier we're currently at, go ahead and go for those. Progress too slow? Expand science pack production and build more labs. Already have what you want at the current science tier? Move up to the next tier of science pack and get those built. There will never fail to be something worth researching. After doing any significant expansion to the factory, it's a good idea to wait a bit and observe the results. Once you've done that, start again from phase 1. Am I secure? Do I have power? Iterate right on through the same process. Especially in large factories, it can really take some time for results of an expansion to fully filter through and reach a new steady state. This period is a good time to just go around and look for more different tweaks that you can do. Consider different ideas. A regular cycle of expand, then tweak, then expand more, then tweak more, can be really fruitful. Whatever your plans are for your factory, I hope this video helped you. If so, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing, and leaving me a comment below. Thanks for watching.